episode 532 of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. I will be talking about tonight's episodes of Impact Wrestling on Access TV and Ring of Honor Wrestling on HonorClub. And might go over some of the news going on in the world of pro wrestling right here, right now, 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And hello, Wrestling Fanatics. I am Lance Brock, and welcome to 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 532 on this Thursday night. Hope everyone had a great Thursday, and I also hope I don't lose my voice before the end of this podcast. I don't want to jinx it, though. So, wish me luck. Also, hopefully you listen to the new episode of 360 Anything Goes, which, like the kids say these days, dropped earlier today, where I talk about the Disney, in my opinion, classic 2000 film, Remember the Titans, starring Denzel Washington and Will Pennin. So that is available now wherever you listen to your podcast. And I'm gonna try to get through this episode. It's probably not gonna be super long because of my voice still, but I don't know why, for some reason, my allergies this year just have been terrible. Maybe the worst in quite a while. And I wasn't going to say anything, but I'll go ahead and say anyway. Not promising anything, but I have actually been thinking about doing some live streams again like I used to. That would be available on the YouTube channels. Like I said, not promising, but I have been thinking about doing that. I might wait till my voice is more back to 100%. But we will have to wait and see. But I would like to get back into live streams again. Hopefully today, everyone in the comment section, I haven't had a chance to check yet though, but hopefully everyone wished my niece Madison a happy birthday. If you're a regular viewer and listener of 360 Wrestling Podcast, you know Madison from the podcasts and the YouTube videos, mainly the unboxing videos. So everyone, if you can, go in the comment section, either here on Spreaker or YouTube, whichever podcast app or website you listen to on, and wish Madison a happy birthday. It would mean a lot to her. And now let's get into tonight's episode of Impact Wrestling on Access TV, which seemed kind of funny because this one was taped a couple weeks ago back at Bound for Glory weekend in Chicago at Cicero Stadium. And the reason I say that it seems kind of funny is because the last couple weeks on Impact Wrestling, well, the first week after Bound for Glory was just mainly highlights. And last week's episode was the UK tour, which featured matches from Scotland. And then to go back this week from the Chicago tapings. But I don't mind though. And in Knockouts action, we had Tasha Steelz defeating the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. The Impact Wrestling Digital Media Championship was on the line. Crazy Steve defeating Tommy Dreamer via disqualification. Dreamer retains the Digital Media Championship. The Most Professional Wrestler, Brian Myers, defeats Joe Hendry. The World Class Maniac, Showtime, Eric Young, defeated Eddie Edwards. Dirty Dango and Oda Prudis, with Alpha Bravo in their corner, defeated Storm Grayson and Nick Diamond. And in the main event, the Impact Wrestling World Championship was on the line. One half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, defeated the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham, to retain. And this is a match I definitely recommend you check out. If you missed Impact Wrestling tonight for some reason, I definitely recommend going back and checking this one out. Really good main event. So either if you have Access TV on demand or YouTube, if you're an Ultimate Insider on Impact Wrestling's YouTube channel, you can check that out. But definitely watch this match, really good one. And next week will be another good episode of Impact Wrestling, as actually they go back to the UK. And we will see, I believe this is when we will be getting the match, Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay, which that would be one you don't want to miss. And now let's go on over to HonorClub for this week's. Sorry about that, fans. I was going to try to go the whole episode without coughing any, but unfortunately, I did not make it. And Ring of Honor Wrestling on HonorClub, we have Serpentico defeating Tony Nese with Smart Mark Sterling in his corner. The Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena is in a Ring of Honor Women's World Championship Proving Ground match, taking on Heidi Howitzer. I think I said that right, or at least I hope so anyway. Athena picks up the win with Dominion in training Billy Starks in her corner. And then she is saved by legit Layla Hirsch. I'm going out of order here, sorry. Before that match, legit Layla Hirsch actually defeated Charlotte Renegade. And there was a 2-on-1 there. And then after the match, Rachel Ellering made the save. And then, so that's why legit Layla Hirsch saved her. She didn't want any debts. The Iron Savages defeated Cole Carter and Griff Garrison with Maria Canales in her corner. And then the Minion in training is in action. Billy Starks defeated Rachel Ellering, and Athena gets involved for a 2-on-1 attack. I know I already talked about this, but... And then Layla Hirsch comes out, makes the save. Josh Woods with Smart Mark Sterling is in action in a pure wrestling rules match, defeating SK Bishop. Tag team action. 8-man tag team action. Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and the Infantry defeat the Wingmen, Hollywood Hunk, Ryan Nemeth, and Pretty Peter Avalon, and Shane Taylor Promotions, Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty. Juristico with Jose, the assistant, defeated Gravity, and in the main event of Ring of Honor Wrestling Television this week, Eddie Kingston defeated Angelico. Very good main event. Angelico is a guy I've been watching for quite a while now and have been impressed with, going back to the Lucha Underground days. And, of course, most recently in AEW and Ring of Honor. So, if I had to pick one match, well, actually, you should watch the whole show, but if I had to pick one match you go back and watch, it is definitely that main event, Eddie Kingston and Angelico. And from Impact Wrestling, the match of the night, Alex Shelley and Jonathan Gresham. So that was our Thursday night lineup of pro wrestling. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in to tonight's episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 532. And just a little bit of news about Impact Wrestling. They announced that Alex Shelley will defend the World Championship against Moose January 13th at the Hard to Kill pay-per-view, when it is the return of TNA Wrestling, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. That should be another good match. Maybe I missed this on the show, though, but I'm not sure if Moose is actually cashing in his Feast or Fired briefcase for that title shot, or if he's getting a title shot and then we'll still have the briefcase as a backup. So, for example, say at Hard to Kill, Alex Shelley beats Moose in the main event, and then he has that briefcase, and then he decides he wants to cash that in and then defeat Alex Shelley for the TNA World Championship. We will have to wait and see. Another match announcement involving Impact Wrestling that will take place at the next Impact Plus Special Final Resolution, December 9th. The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, will be taking on the Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. That is definitely a match you don't want to miss. Like they would say, that one's going to be a barn burner. Or like the kids would say these days, what do they call them? A banger? Is that what it's called? I'm not sure, I'm old, but and that's all for this Thursday night episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I appreciate all of you listening. And hopefully we'll be back here tomorrow to talk about WWE Friday Night SmackDown and a live episode of AEW Rampage from Oakland, California. But before then, though, I will be here for Friday's episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans, right here on Spreaker, YouTube, or whichever podcast app or website you listen to on. Thank you very much, and I'm going to wrap this podcast up and go to bed, and hopefully my voice will get rested up and will sound better next episode of the podcast. So I will talk to everyone tomorrow morning. Until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.